So, I'm gonna get into it really quickly because I don't want anybody leaving because I feel like this point needs to be made. I've seen thousands of TikToks about Gear 5 Luffy. I mean, like, what's it called? Ultra Instinct, like, Super Saiyan. Like, it's always against Dragon Ball. And despite me having a Dragon Ball Fighter Z in the background, I just didn't have anything. I'd just be playing it. Because I don't dislike any of them. I don't dislike Dragon Ball. I mean, I don't really like it as much as One Piece, but that doesn't mean that it's a bad anime. You know what I mean? Or a bad manga in general. And I feel like to me, a lot of people when they continue to talk about Gear 5 Luffy and it versing Ultra Instinct, breaking the internet, I don't think they give a flat fuck about the fucking anime or the manga or anything of it. They don't care about the story. They just want it to break the fucking internet just because it's, I guess, cool. And I saw this guy, and you already know how I'm bad with names. I saw this guy, and he made a video about how Gear 5 Luffy, and that nobody should be talking about it, and that it's stupid that if you care about it, breaking the internet. And I saw some re-fucking tard. And, I mean, he had a point, but god damn, he was annoying because he had a fucking point. You know what I mean? This motherfucker said, um, it's like boys comparing their meat size. Like, brethren, all right, we got it. What we're trying to communicate here is that we should not be arguing about this stuff. That this kind of stuff is fucking stupid. Enjoy your form and move the fuck on. Why did the form even matter that fucking much? It's just a form. You know what I mean? But despite the Dragon Ball, and if you're wondering, I'm the Gogeta. So if you see the Gogeta losing a lot, the Gogeta Super Saiyan 4, that's me. I don't really care that I was losing at all. I think I won only like once. I don't give a fuck, right? I just needed some clip so I can get this off my chest. I think to me, despite me doing this Dragon Ball in the background, I'm in here to defend Gear 5. I think a lot of people are like, oh, wait, but you was just talking about, oh, it doesn't matter about... And I'm not here to talk about it breaking the internet. How's that feel fucking? Okay, look it. I'm just going to state it off the bat. If any of you fucking stayed. I don't even know if anybody's watching this. But if anybody fucking stayed, I am so sorry for making it so long to you. But I'm just going to state the point. Gear 5 is better than Ultra Instinct and Super Saiyan. But hold on, don't leave. But Super Saiyan and Ultra Instinct will always be more iconic in their own way. I think to me, I'm trying to create my own manga myself. So I got like a whole story. I'm not one of those like TikTokers so I try to show it like off like, yo, I'm actually fucking sick. Like I don't care. I don't have that big of an ego. So I don't give a fuck. But I have a manga that I'm creating and I don't share it anyway, but I got a manga that I'm creating and I can, when I look at One Piece in a whole, the reason why I like it better than Dragon Ball is because it cares more about story than it does about these immaculate fights and shit. And I feel like to me, that's what made Gear 5 10 times better. Gear 5 went with the character. And you could say, oh, Super Saiyan did too. You know, Super Saiyan was, off of Goku being a Saiyan. But I feel like to me, we all fucking forget this motherfucker wasn't a Saiyan up until Z. He figured that out in Z. Now, I don't know if it was planned. It could have been planned. That's Gucci. I applaud that motherfucker. But even if it wasn't planned or planned, it was only mentioned in Z. So, I mean, come on. There was no build up to this Super Saiyan. It just kind of happened, and I get the hype because thousands of characters do this, where they go into a rage, genetic fucking template, where I go into a rage, I'm in a new form, ha 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 ha, hee. Get the fuck off that, bro. It's so genetic. And I think that's what Luffy Gear 5 did different. And I feel like I honestly, I feel like to me, I know I like One Piece a lot, alright? I think it's the best manga, but that's just my opinion. But at the end of the day, we gotta agree that when it comes down to story, more than just your little spectacle, it's better overall. I don't know why a lot of people tend to believe that, oh, because it's iconic, it's better. Iconic doesn't mean it's better. Iconic means that it's iconic. You know what I mean? Gear 5, what it did perfectly was capture the character. Its goofiness, its freedom, and its build up since Skypiea is fucking crazy. I think to me, what we need to start to realize is story matters a lot more. And so if something has a better connection to its story, like a form or an arc or whatever, it's objectively better. Story matters more. Skeptical does not really matter. And you know what? Maybe I'm thinking, maybe it's what's it called? Subjective that its story is better. But I feel like if you look at a story, what are you there for? You're there for the story. Like you're there for the characters. You're there for that kind of shit. You're not. I mean, I guess you would be there for Dragon Ball because of its forms, but we got to be objective about this. All right, Dragon Ball fans need to stop saying that Luffy Figure 5 is not better than Super Saiyan or UI because UI broke the internet or Super Saiyan is more iconic. It's honestly disgusting to me because iconic literally doesn't prove shit. Iconic just means that you're iconic. It doesn't mean that you had a good build up. It didn't mean that the form made any fucking sense. Iconic could just be iconic because that, like, Pokemon, for example, is iconic, bro. Like, it doesn't mean that iconic just automatically means it's a better story. Like, do we think Pokemon is a better story than, like, say, Berserk or something along the lines of Death Note? Things that are specifically towards story, well, that was like specifically just for like fun, children type of shit. I'm not saying Pokemon doesn't have story. I'm just saying it doesn't have better story than Berserk or Death Note. No, but it is more iconic than them. Like Death Note, I bet you only like a few niggas who know that. Maybe a lot of niggas, but Berserk on the other hand, we all know only a few niggas know that shit. Like probably a million or something. I don't know, but all I know is that iconic doesn't mean that it's better, and nor does breaking the internet. You see, when I first heard like, oh, Gear 5, people are gonna be breaking the internet, I didn't actually give a flat rat's ass. I didn't actually give a fuck. You wanna know why? Because it doesn't show anything. Like, you broke the internet, okay, that means a lot of people like it. So UI also broke the internet, and I don't really think UI is a great transformation on story or anything. You may disagree with me, and that's fine. People could disagree, but I feel like we just need to let that shit die. Let that shit die if the breaking the internet or it being iconic means that it's better. I think what a lot of people need to start to, like, I feel like take and consider is, excuse me, is does this thing fit with the story? Does this thing matter in the story? I mean, does this thing even fucking fit with the fucking character? You know what I mean? Like, you could have like the nicest character, like fucking, let's say Deku, right? And this motherfucker has a Super Saiyan transformation. He needed to get angry, right? And it could fit with the story, but say the character physically can't get mad, like say his power makes him not mad, and then he gets a transformation that he had to get mad for. It doesn't make sense. We have to consider these factors. You know what I mean? We got to consider the factor of the story, the meaning that the form had. Like if you write a story, and or like you write a story or you write just a story in general, and the form in that story is immaculate in the sense that it fits with your story, it fits with your main character, like One Piece did. I applaud you. I consider you one of the best forms, and especially, and I'm sorry, but I don't even think anybody's watching here. But if you did make it this far, um, sorry for making you watch this. But if you did make it this far, just wanted to say that I think we need to applaud One Piece a bit fucking more than just hating or just saying it's gonna break the internet, because what One Piece did was defy all odds, in all honesty. And if you made it this far, please comment down below. Is there any other transformation that did it different? I feel like every transformation is always, I'm in a rage. That's it. Like, I'm always like, I get stronger because I'm mad. Luffy literally said, fuck that fucking thing. I'm gonna get goofy. I'm gonna get a little bit goofy. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's a bit needed. And I think what Oda said was one of the best lines in my fucking opinion. Where he's like, I just wanted Gear 5 to be goofy because that's One Piece. Like, he did not say, I just wanted him to turn to a rage just because that's cool. Like, no, he said, because that's One Piece. He was thinking of his fucking his manga. He was thinking of his story more than just, I look cool. You know what I mean? That kind of fucking thing. And I don't want to make this too long. To sum it all up, that I think it needs to die. The breaking the internet, it's more iconic means that it's better. We need to start taking considerate of all the factors of the story, the meaning. I feel like to me, meaning matters the most. The depth matters the most. The importance matters the most. Like, you can't just have a form and it just be there. You know what I mean? We can't just have a form that's just to look cool. It's fucking stupid because it doesn't do anything to your plot nor your story. But Luffy's fit in so perfectly. And it was different than the genetic template of I get mad, so I'm gonna be angsty bitch. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, and it's too late in the video, but just a disclaimer, I'm not saying Super Saiyan nor UI is a bad form. It's iconic. And UI broke the internet. And I will tell you right now, you can ask my friends Divine Zaster, and I forget, he made a different channel, which I wanted to plug him in, but you can ask Divine Zaster and Premium Tiger that, Priam, or what do you want to call it, that I like UI. I like the look of UI. It was just the base form of Goku, but he didn't go any rage. He was basically calm. It was out of the best forms to me. Like, UI is one of the best forms in Dragon Ball. But comparing it to Gear 5 Luffy, who was more considerate with the story, it wasn't just something just flopping. Haha, UI. Hee hee hoa. No, he thought of One Piece, and he thought what would fit perfect as a form, the new form of Gear 5 in One Piece. A goofy thing, a funny thing, a thing that makes you laugh. I think that's what Oda always wanted with his story, was it to just be funny and make people laugh and have fun. Well, I feel like Dragon Ball does practically the same thing in a different way, though. It's just like, oh, you need to get like more excited, more like, oh, yay, the form came out and it's just gonna go down. Get more hyped. Well, I don't think Oda, like, I bet you if Oda was on Twitter, and I'm sorry for checking this, but if Oda was on Twitter, this motherfucker would be like, hey, you know what? I don't give a rat's ass if you niggas think he didn't break the internet, or that he broke the internet, or that Dragon Ball's form is way better. I don't think he gives a flat fuck. You wanna know why? Because that's not what fucking matters. You gotta think of that, guys. You gotta think of, like, does it truly matter to the creator? What was the creator intending the form to be? Like in Dragon Ball, when you actually start to think about it, and I think a lot of people don't, is it's just to be a good plot device to make Goku, in theory, look cool. You know what I mean? And maybe I might be wrong. Tell me in the comments. Go scream at me in the comments, because I love seeing comments that are just screaming or being kind. I don't really give a fuck. Just send me a comment down there about fucking anything. And but when we look at Luffy, it was about the goofiness, because that's what One Piece is about. Like I said, sorry for dragging this on way too long. I'm definitely posting this. But I guess see you later.